Hello, and welcome back to Coast to Coast. We're back. Episode 2 is our first full topic episode, and I'm stoked. I'm here with my favorite co-host of all time, Matt Engel. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm your only co-host of all time.
I've been my own co-host for a little bit, but I guess that was it.
Okay, no, I'm good. No, this is sick. I'm so excited. This is like the first, this is the first real episode we're doing. Like, no, irrelevant, no filler stuff. We're going full steam ahead today. So I'm ready to rock.
And your mic sounds way better, so we're stoked about
I know.
that
I
as
fixed
well.
my mic.
Yeah.
Webcam is out for delivery. I will officially be better looking than Megan next week.
We'll see about that for sure.
No, I'm not. No, I'll just be clearer.
Oh, but also, would you like to tell the people who don't know who you are a little bit about yourself? You get about like 30 seconds to give us a little bit of a rundown about who you actually are, because you didn't do that last episode at all.
I'd love to get a mulligan, free Scotty Scheffler, on my.
I was going to talk about that next. You ruined my intro.
That was a mulligan joke, though. I didn't ruin anything. I'm just ahead of you.
You ruined my intro. Look, my coffee cup has my name on it. Look at that. My grandma made that for me.
Time. Yeah, cool. So for those who do know me, obviously you know my everything, considering all of my governmental information has been posted online. But for those who don't, or new followers of me, etc., I am in Florida. I'm in Southeast Florida, to be specific, and that is where I came up with the idea for the Coast to Coast name. My co-host Megan is in San Diego. I'm relative purposes close to Miami. We are about as far as possible as you can be on the continental United States. We are literally coast to coast. If I yell out into the Atlantic Ocean, it's going to have to go through Europe and Asia and Africa to reach Megan, or I will have to go backwards. So that is where the Coast to Coast name comes from. I am a law student. I would much rather do this than practice law, but something's got to pay the bills.
Don't tell your professors that, please. You are still trying to get that degree.
My professors know this.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I'm a pretty basic 25-year-old still living in his parents' house, paying off student loans. Why is that funny?
Just because the fact that you have the backdrop up, like no one's seen the actual Matt talk to him cave.
Oh, they haven't seen it yet. Maybe okay. Yes, one day.
That's episode 3. That's episode 3.
You're making promises for the 3rd episode that I'm going without a backdrop?
Yeah, episode 3. I'm telling the people right now. Episode 3 or 30 subs, which we're only like 8 away from. So
yes, during my redo of the intro, I'm a law student. I live in Florida. I love sports. I love all things Giants, Mets, Knicks, Rangers. Let's go Rangers. Last night was huge.
Some of the stuff that people actually want to hear, because they didn't want to hear any of that. Today we are breaking down a handful of topics. We're going to talk about obviously NBA playoffs, because that is one, if not the biggest thing going on. And then we're going to dive into a little bit about the MLB, kind of a quarter of the season check-in. But before we get into that, you stole my transition, but I want to talk about Mr. Scotty and what happened this morning at about 7 a.m. on my side of the coast. Great ESPN notification to wake up to. But in case you guys didn't hear, recording this on Friday, May 17th, but Scotty Scheffler was arrested on his way to the golf course for the PGA Championship today. Do you know any other specific details about what happened with this?
Okay. I woke up as someone who wishes they followed golf more. And as we do the show more, hopefully I'll be more invested in that and like learn how everything works. Because golf is like a whole other world to me. No, I just had about 9 texts that say, Matt, Scotty Scheffler needs a lawyer. So that's how my morning started from a lot of people. So I saw that, and I saw that he tried to, I guess, maneuver around like an accident or something, because he would probably have road rage. He was, upset he was going to miss his tee time, even, Scotty Scheffler problems. And then the cops just didn't like that. They hooked their car onto his, and they went for a little ride together. And then apparently he was charged with like 4 things. One was assault on a police officer.
It was second-degree battery on a police officer. Well, first off, let me say condolences to the pedestrian that passed away and their families. That is insanely depressing. So that was what the whole situation started with, was a shuttle bus hit a pedestrian. And so that's what the whole scene was. And Scotty didn't know that, assumed that it was just security guards outside of the course, and then decided to take a ride along with one of the police officers. but he made his tee time. He's out there golfing right now, so I guess that
I
didn't
think he
matter at
birdied
all.
his
But
first hole too. Like that's nuts.
yeah, number
That's
one
great.
player in the
That's
world.
awesome.
But yeah, that was our little update in the golf world today. Okay, let's switch it over to the NBA. What series do you want to start with?
All right, I think we should end with the series with the Knicks series, considering they play tonight, and we're
Mhm.
just gonna do a little brief touch on that because I don't want to be like this is not a New York sports podcast. Like, obviously, I'll be the most emotional about those, but like, no, we can talk about
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
I think we should start with last night's game.
I was gonna say let's go T Wolves. I
Like,
man,
I I was out last night, and there were thank God 2 TVs, one with the Rangers game and one with the T Wolves game. But I could barely see from where I was sitting. Weren't the Nuggets up? Like they started all right, and then next thing I look up, they're like down 28-11.
Nuggets were up 9-2 in the
Yeah,
first, and
yeah,
then the T Wolves went on a 27-2
insurmountable.
run after that.
And
Yeah, it was
27-2 run.
27-2 run in the
Wow,
first. It was
that's
like
big.
talk about like going back to game 2, an absolute embarrassment of the Nuggets. This was the biggest win gap since 2015, I think, in the postseason.
What do you mean
The T
score in
Wolves
terms of
played
score?
yes, in terms of score, yeah. I mean, Anthony Edwards dropped 27 points. He played lights out. But honestly, I think the real hero of this game was Jaden McDaniels. He dropped 21. His defense was top tier. They also got Mike Conley back. He dropped 13 points. He was also great at just starting the offense instead of having Anthony Edwards have to take the ball out cross court every time. Gave Edwards a little bit more of a break instead of having to initiate every single play. There's so many good things I can say about how the Timberwolves played, but I think more importantly, it's how bad the Nuggets played. I mean, their bench didn't score a single point. I think until they put all of the bench players in the fourth quarter, because we're really only talking about 3 quarters here, because the fourth quarter was just all of the scrubs. But the Nuggets just looked like a shell of themselves at this point.
Yeah, I figured the Wolves would win last night. Like there was just no way they weren't going 7 games after the way this series has been going. They weren't. I mean, Chris Finch. I hope he can walk. By the way, but they were like
He's
he
still
made
sitting in
no.
the back row. He's not on the court.
They made like no adjustments. When the Nuggets went from 0-2 to 3-2. So last night was good. Obviously Conley back is huge. Even if Mike Conley's not what he was from 2012. Just having someone to initiate the offense and let Anthony Edwards get into his sets more, have the offense be able to be set more rather, and have a floor general that's you know insane. Even if he scored 13, it doesn't matter. His presence on the floor
Mhm.
is more important than the points that he scores. Uh, but that picture I saw of Nikola Jokic last night, where he was just like giving like this death stare. And then there was a picture of him on the end of the court, and it looked like the picture of Stephon Diggs when he's staring at the scoreboard when he's in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
So naturally, I said, "Yeah, new Diggs pick dropped." Yeah, they're not. He's dropping 50, 20, and 10 on when do they play Saturday? Sunday,
Sunday.
one of the
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I
Sunday, it's
mean,
God's day. The Wolves are gonna need God for that.
they are.
Yeah,
Prayer
it's
circle right before. Yeah, Jokic just oh man, he was none of his shots were falling at all. And I mean, the Nuggets
it
in
happens.
general, they it happens. Yeah, and I think it's so interesting going from taking 3 games and, games at home and on the road and now you're going back home, but the T-Wolves are all ready to steal games on the road. So you're really not talking about the home versus the road dynamic. I mean, the Nuggets they only shot, I think, 21% from 3 in that game also. Jokic, he missed the same amount of field goals through 22 minutes in the game as he did in all of game 5. So Jokic was off his game. I also don't think that a big talk in this series is people hating on Rudy Gobert and how he's not showing up as much as he did in the regular season to win Defensive Player of the Year. How I don't know if you saw that Draymond Green said that he could defend Jokic or slow down Jokic better than Gobert is right now. Maybe Gobert's too focused on his kid.
Good.
His kid's like 3 days old, whatever. But I think Gobert and Cat definitely stepped up to what we expect them to be in this game. But at the end of the day, I think that Malone is going to make the better adjustments going into game 7. And like, what do you think the T-Wolves have to do to make sure that they are in this next game? Because these games have been very back and forth in like blowout style, I would say.
I mean, I want to touch on what you just said about Cat though, really quick, because that
Yeah.
goes into my point. He is not what what they need right now. Karl Anthony Towns is the self-proclaimed best shooting big man of all time. I've unapologetically caped for Karl Anthony Towns. Some of my friends know, like, I mean, I got destroyed for wanting to. I would do a Randall for Cat swap. That was early in the season. They're like, "Oh, you out of your mind." What's going on? Like, Karl, I'm talking to you. Like, what is happening?
He's
I
listening right
bet
now,
on you
actually.
last night, and do you have the box score in front of you right now?
I literally am pulling it up as we speak.
Yeah, I want you to read me his 3-point stats.
From the series?
No, from last
Or just
night.
from last night?
Last night.
04 from deep last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed best shooting big man of all time.
Mhm.
You can't make 1 3, but you only took 4? I mean, look, I understand they won by 50. The game's over by halftime.
Mhm.
So maybe look, I'm probably wrong about the volume, but what are we doing? Like, I need something out of Karl Anthony Towns. Like, Anthony Edwards literally hurt his back last night, and ironically, it was not from carrying the roster.
I almost called out of the podcast, y'all. If Ant went down, I was not going to show up today. I was not.
She wasn't going to show up
a
for the
stressful moment in
like
my
that
life.
was it. It was about to be a one and done if Ant was hurt.
Yeah, that was
Like,
it. The show,
like,
coast to coast, would have been over. It would have been
yeah.
just Matt carrying at this point.
Yeah, and look, God knows I wouldn't have woken up for that. So
Yeah, I woke up at 6:30
no,
for this. 6:30 a.m.
I think I really I mean game 7 is going to be a war. I think it's going to be close. If it's not, that's crazy. Obviously both these teams are probably the favorite to win it all. Like the winner of this is probably going to end up winning it all, right? I trust both of these teams, I think, over Boston.
I agree.
And I'm not even guaranteeing Boston gets past the Knicks or the Pacers, just based on boneheaded decisions sometimes made by Missoula or even players on the team, or rotations, or ill-advised timeouts and calls, stuff like that. So I really don't have any keys to how they're going to win this game. I just, because if I had keys, then I'd be on the sidelines coaching.
I do have one key. Well, first, let me tie up my slight point about Cat. When I say that he did what we expect him to, I'm more talking about rebounds. Like, him and Gobert combined for 38 rebounds. So they were able to kind of control off the glass in that way. Points wise, no, you're right. Like, he is not. He just makes dumb decisions, I think, with the ball. But that's enough about that. One of my keys, and kind of what I feel like people have not been talking about that much in this series, is the fact that Jamal Murray has been secretly ass. And I think that a lot of that is because of the smokescreen of his game-winning shots in the Lakers series, and how, Murray is so great in the clutch, and, he shows up within the last 5 minutes. But what about during the other 43 minutes of the game, when he's not there? I mean, yesterday he only shot 28% from three, 22% from the field. He only had 10 points. Game 5 didn't have a single 3-point. None of his shots were falling. So I think, not necessarily saying, oh, Jamal, go out and just increase all of your stats. Like, okay, like, it's a game. Like, I get it. Like, they were being pressured every which way. But if you can't get Jamal Murray going, he's a key part of their offense and a key ball distributor also. And I just think that if he's not on his game, where are the other points going to come from if Jokic and Aaron Gordon also aren't hitting their shots?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Michael Porter Jr.'s got to do a little better than what, 2 for 9 last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Michael Porter Jr. realistically, I mean, he's the third option on that team. He should be the most consistent third option. Michael Porter Jr., I was a crazy support. Like, I think he's so good.
He was 3 for 9 last night, by the way.
I thought, yeah, 3 for 9. That's what it was. I thought he was so good. I don't know how much I feel about that anymore, but you got to do better than 3 for 9. Jamal Murray, basically, I mean, both Denver and Los Angeles are a little pesky. With again, because they're on the West Coast, I don't watch them as closely as I do East Coast games. So I don't want to speak on things that I don't know for sure, because I don't want to get clowned for not knowing, what defensive scheme the Lakers are running against Jamal Murray, or what defensive scheme the Wolves are running against Jamal Murray. So I do think that Jamal Murray is obviously having a little worse, I guess, to his standards of a series. Like,
I would
that
say
whole,
he's in a shooting slump, I would say. At least in the
okay,
past 2 games.
if Denver advances to the Western Conference Finals, they would play, obviously, the winner of Dallas and Oklahoma City. Dallas would be a better matchup for him. And that's not a hard thing to. I mean, if you're going to get guarded by one of Luka or Kyrie, that's better than being hounded by Jalen Williams or SGA, right? I mean, he could very easily have a 40-point explosion, right? And he's still Jamal Murray. So, but I'm just fully set on Jokic kind of going off on Game 7. I'm just like disregarding Murray's struggles right now.
Okay, so you're taking the Nuggets.
That's not what I said. Yes,
you said that they're going to win Game 7. Okay.
No, I said Jokic is dropping 60. I didn't say that. Like,
but you're not saying that the Nuggets are going to win. Okay.
I think the Nuggets are going to win.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll take the T-Wolves. We'll split it up over here. Okay, that's enough about that series. I could ramble for.
We just went on for 15 minutes about that one series.
This is going to be
an
Anthony Edwards glazing podcast. Next, would you like to let's wrap up the Boston Cavs series? Obviously, since that's the only one that's done at this point on Friday.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell was actually done like last week. Like that was it. So yeah, like they're officially done, but he was done. This was the after party.
Spida.
What do you mean R.I.P.? He's a calf strain.
What if he doesn't come back for it, man? You never know.
He's on the Cavs. Calf strain.
Don't you dare make that pun on this podcast right now.
It's a calf strain.
I will shut this shit down right now.
That was my first thought when I saw that.
Dad joke on here.
That's not a dad joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a dad. Look, I mean that series is over. Who cares? Oh, that whole Darius Garland. Let me touch on that for a second.
That's him or me? About.
Him or me? You or Donovan Mitchell? Like, I love Darius Garland too. Like I'm open. I thought he was really good coming out of school, and like him or me? If it's you and not Donovan Mitchell, you're not in. You're like you were watching the lottery last week. You're probably in the seat announcing what pick you have. If it's you, just like your boy Keegan Murray was there. Like it's like Darius Garland.
Whoa! We don't need to drag Keegan into this. Keegan is innocent. Okay.
But no, like if it's you what did he sign? Like a $200 million contract already? Yeah, he's on a crazy if they chose Darius Garland over Donovan Mitchell, they are in the lottery. They're in the lottery. Like maybe not forever, but without Donovan Mitchell, you're in the lottery.
Yeah.
I don't even care if they were all right without Donovan Mitchell when he was hurt during the season. Like, I don't care. If you were literally if he was not on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, Mitchell did at the end of the day, Mitchell did say he's not unhappy in Cleveland. He's happy with everything that's gone on.
Yeah,
he said
I saw that he said
right
he
now
is
in this state. Yeah, I said he's not unhappy. So he is happy with everything that's going on right now, but he didn't say I want to stay. Those are two different things, right? Like you can still be happy in whatever the situation you're in, but like that's not gonna get you a ring. You need at this point, like I mean, I know you want him over in New York, obviously.
That's actually a debatable topic for another day.
Okay, not today.
I have some thoughts about that.
We'll do a what if segment. That's one of the ones that we have cooking up to see where kind of people will move around. But anyway, back to the series. I wish we could have seen the Cavs at full strength because I thought that would have made this series more interesting, especially with how Matt jinxed Derek White and how ass he played in the second half of this series.
I knew that was coming. I thought I was gonna be so cool just name it. Like I don't even know if I genuinely felt that. Like once you said Josh Hart, I'm like, why did I see Derek White?
You're like, I should have said that instead.
Yeah, but obviously, he became a DoorDash employee after I said he was
at that point. Yeah. He was on one of the commercials actually in halftime. But Yeah, like I just wish we could have seen them at full strength. I feel like this series could have been a lot more interesting. I'm going to be completely honest. These games are on at 4 my time. I'm working. I didn't get to watch all of the games, so I don't want to touch on too much about it, other than the fact that I think it was Game 4. Max Strus and Darius Garland were just lights out from 3, and that was. They were staying in games 4 and 5. Like they were not being blown out.
No,
Like
we
in
were in blowouts,
5.
and that's why I don't trust the
Yeah,
Celtics.
yeah, exactly. Because if you can't shut down a broken down Cavs team and you're letting Darius Garland shoot open threes like half like so often in the game, I mean, what's going to happen when you have to guard
Yeah,
Jokic
and
or
I
you
know
have
I
to
know the
guard
Celtics
Anthony
Celtics
Edwards?
fans are having war flashbacks with Max Strus, yeah, in Miami. So I would have too. Max Strus and I have beef.
You have beef with Max Strus. You have beef with anyone who has ever stepped foot in Miami. Actually, wait. Also, speaking of Miami, can you stand up for a sec? Just real
Yeah,
quick.
I was about to say I was at her house in Miami.
Can you see what
Yeah,
this man is wearing on our sports/lifestyle show?
the lifestyle.
There it is. It was
Say it
only a
for our
matter of time
Spotify
before.
listeners. What am I
Oh, for
wearing for our
Spotify.
Spotify listeners?
Oh yeah, for our Spotify listeners, Matthew is wearing an Olivia Rodrigo "Spill Her Guts" concert T-shirt that he waited in line and physically pushed teenagers to get. He texted me. He said, "I'm going to body these teenagers to get to the front of this line to get my merch." And now he is wearing it on our podcast. So, if that means anything to you, I will send you his address. You can send some hate mail.
They already have it.
Oh, you're
Look,
right. Your information's on the dark web.
I'm standing up right now for Olivia Rodrigo. I'm giving her a round of applause.
You can sit down now.
She is now, let me say this. She is now the owner of the most streamed album on Spotify by a female artist, Sour. Congratulations, baby. I love you. I love Olivia so much. If she heard that, please take off the restraining order. I'm an Olivia homer.
Oh man.
Homer.
Yeah.
Homer.
I don't even know what else to say about that. I really don't. We'll get into a music debate another day, but all right.
Anyway, let's keep chugging.
Let's keep going. Do you have anything else to say about Boston Cavs?
No, it's over.
Okay, perfect. Next, OKC, Dallas.
That series is a war. And I wish it was on earlier. I stayed up for a little bit of that. Like those games are so fun. I love the Thunder roster. I mean, that roster's like 11 deep. That's and you have 2 Jalen Williams on one team. That's sick. I love that. I've always loved that.
That's it. Championship worthy at that point.
Yeah, the only problem is that it's E before I because the starters Jalen with an E. And there's your grammar lesson for today.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
I before E, except after C, and on the Oklahoma City Thunder roster.
Thank you. Those are the only rules.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Luka had a triple double the other night, didn't he?
Sir, yes, sir, he did.
Yes.
He dropped 31 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's par for the course for him. Another golf pun. Wow. I mean, Luka, let me toot my own horn again, pat my belt. Like, I have been on Luka since like my junior year of high school. Like, that's my prodigy. I would do unholy things for him to be opposite, or not opposite, but teammates with Jalen Brunson. Like, that'd be nuts. That'd be special. Like, that's here. No, SGA obviously gets his. What did he have? Like, 31, and he got to the line 90 times.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think it was like 95 times.
Yeah. Look, that series is there's not much to say about the series other than that it's just good. It's literally like what you want. I mean, these games are fantastic.
Yeah. What I think is nuts.
Kyrie's been a little MIA, I feel like.
Yeah. He only had 9 points with 9 minutes left in the fourth in the last game, which is kind of wild. Defensively, the first 3 games, he's been playing pretty well defensively. I mean, he's so quick with his hands. So that's something that I noticed about Kyrie is that he's been stepping up in that way. but he really did not. I mean, they got the dub, but he did not really show up. It was mainly all Luka, which is and PJ Washington, who I'll touch on in a
Yes,
second.
PJ
But
Washington was.
no, but Washington, he's been really amazing in this series, not just offensively, but also defensively. I mean, he's picked up double-digit boards. Game 2, he had 29 points and 11 boards, 27 points in game 3. But I mean, that guy definitely has been, if anything, picking up the slack of some of the other players, points wise, but also cleaning up the glass too as well. This series is just so, like you said, it's been a battle because game 4, I mean, the Mavs were leading the entire time, and then OKC just never gave up. They're also I think they're the first in the league at taking or comeback wins when they were down 10 plus points or something like that. So you really can't count them out. Like, this team is gritty as hell with the definition of gritty.
So that's why I said they're like 11, 12 deep.
It's nuts. Except
just,
for
yeah.
we were gonna pick like heroes and like our least favorite players of the series, but now we were just kind of breaking them down. But Josh Giddey, man, he got benched for the first time in his NBA career. It's the first game. Game 5 was the first game he did not start in his entire NBA career, which is wild. He's only averaging.
Wait, he got benched for this, but not what happened a few months ago?
Yeah. It's way more important, apparently.
Okay.
The other deal didn't even matter. But yeah, so Isaiah Joe got this start. I mean, Giddey's only averaging 9 points in this series, 13 and a half minutes in this series. I tweeted out Josh Giddey should stop shooting threes, and I'm not even kidding. 13 seconds go by, and then he made the first 3, and I was very sad.
The number 13 twice in regards to Josh Giddey. You better not say
I mean,
it 3 times. Yeah, but he's going to start.
Oh my God, would that be unlucky? Okay, well, the 13-minute stat is accurate, by the way.
It would be illegal.
It would be illegal.
The joke is going way over your head.
Did I mention that it's 8:42 a.m. on the West Coast?
Who cares?
Mother trucker. Okay, anyways.
Nothing. We're going to move on to the Knicks and Pacers series. Game 6 is tonight. I will not be seated because I will be seated, but I will be seated front row on the first base line of the Mets-Marlins game tonight.
Who's the dumbass that wanted to go to a Mets game during game 6? Who decided that?
I'm going to blame Josh.
Was it you or Josh? It was you or Josh. Like, you or Josh who made this choice.
It was me.
Okay, fair enough.
It was me. Yeah, he's so mad at me.
To watch the Marlins play baseball?
For those who don't know me, Josh is my best friend. No, yeah, Josh is very upset with me that we'll talk. Look, I'm not getting into that right now. Talk about the Knicks Pacers. OG Anunoby is out. I'm praying your hamstring heals if it goes through game 7. But the Knicks can win they can win game 6 without him. If they come out flat at the Fieldhouse again, I don't want to say it's over because the Nuggets dropped 70 last night. And no one's panicking about them, right? Knicks got cleared by 30. I was actually having a talk with my dad about the Knicks Pacers during game 5 when the Knicks won. And the swing, the Knicks won by like 30 game 5, and they lose. I mean, it was literally a 60-point swing from game 4 to game 5, and I think that's the biggest swing differential between two games I've ever seen. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, I've never seen two one-sided games like that flip flop like that in a playoff series. Look, the series doesn't start until the road team wins. Just naturally fitting, it would start and finish if the road team won tonight. They got Jalen Brunson figured out. Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nembhard is an all-you-can-eat buffet in front of Jalen Brunson. I mean, my God. Jalen Brunson's giving high school level head fakes to Aaron Nembhard. Nembhard's, looking like,
where to go? Where do you go?
Yeah, and look, sorry, this is an unbiased podcast. The Knicks need the Hearts to crash the boards again tonight. That is the key to winning. I have a key for this series. I got a key for the Eastern Conference series because I stay up and watch those. The key is crash the boards. Boardman gets paid. Word to my favorite non-Nick, Kawhi Leonard. Look, offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities, reset the shot clock, or not fully reset, but give him another 14 seconds. Just energy, please. Just out-energize the home team. And it's hard in that environment. I mean, like if you watch how loud it is in that field house, I mean, it is nuts. Although I agree, not agree, but I believe they pump in crowd noise on ESPN. I'm on
You
TV.
think so?
But I lost my train of thought a little bit. But the keys for the series, I mean, look, just crash the boards, make threes, do not go into one of those routes like you did in Game 4. Like, good God. I mean, it was what, 40-10? That's what it felt like. I don't know if that was an exact score, but it was bad.
You're right. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get into it too much because the game is tonight. We will obviously talk about the resolution of this series next week after the conference finals have started. So I believe you wanted me to pick a one hero or a zero of the series. You gave your. I'm actually not going to do it for the next series. I'm going to go back to the T-Wolves. Karl Anthony
Okay.
Towns is my zero.
Okay, fair.
Wake up. Wake up. I have money on you. Please.
Instead of going into the next section, we're going to do a little bit of a halftime report, halftime break. And we did say this was a lifestyle podcast as well. So I think it'd be fun to kind of debate the differences between the East and the West Coast. And one of the topics that is so highly debatable, and I know I'm going to win, is fast food chains, the differences between the fast food chains on the East and the West. I already know that I am going to win, so I want you to kick it off.
This is
What
coming
fast
from a
food place
girl
are
who
you gonna
worked at a
defend?
juice bar, by the way.
And I miss that juice bar with my whole heart, okay? Yeah, I don't
Right,
eat
but
that
I'm
much
saying
fast
like
food, but
this like knocks down your fast food. Like you're
yeah,
a juice bar,
I
though.
don't eat that much fast food. But this one I'm
Neither
passionate
do I.
about, so
Yeah, look, we've been trying to come up with coast to coast like little like not arguments, but little topics like this that are take away from sports but the play on the name. So we decided today the main one is fast food chains. Look, obviously the West Coast has a bunch of garbage, and the East Coast has like upper level eating establishments like White Castle.
no. See, this, I knew.
and
No.
and look, we talked about this, and I told her, I texted Megan a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, what should I get to eat? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to Moe's. And she's like, what the hell is Moe's? And I'm like, I was taken aback because Moe's is technically it's Moe's Southwest Grill. She lives in the Southwest. Like you're literally in the
Yeah,
one of the most southern west parts of the continental United States, and you don't have
I am
Moe's.
20 minutes away from Tijuana right now. 20
Yeah.
minutes.
One phone call and I'll get you abducted.
Shut up. Shut up. No.
One phone call. Yeah. But I'm thinking, I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, the differences that I don't like. I'm sure there's a billion differences that I don't even know of yet, in terms of lifestyle between West Coast, East Coast. Look, I just want to hit on the one point that I have personally never had In-N-Out. I've had the opportunity to have it, and I chose Chipotle. That's where I stand on it.
That is foul. That is, you can get Chipotle anywhere. You can only get In-N-Out in now multiple states other than California.
Yeah.
But it used to just be California.
Yeah.
Now they've expanded, but
No, like I've heard their fries are cardboard. I've heard it. I've heard they're not.
no. Do you know what animal fries are? Have you heard of the
Yes,
animal
they're the
fries?
fries with every. Yeah, it's also about 9,000 calories a serving.
So it's bro.
Look.
Friday
6
night.
years ago, I wouldn't have cared. Shout
We're
out,
gonna
Fat
pull up,
Mac.
I'm gonna pull up a picture of Fat Mac right here.
You could.
That's
Please do.
That's gonna be a motif of this podcast as well. Obviously, your followers already know that.
Motif since
Anyway.
2016.
Yeah, I took AP Lit. Let me just shut up. Let me just defend In-N-Out real fast. In a world where the economy is so messed up, and I had to use a clean word right there, and food is so expensive, you can go to In-N-Out and you can get fries, just regular fries. I don't always get animal fries. A burger, a drink if you want to, for under $10. Fries are $2.
Isn't it like,
and a burger
is it like $16 right now?
No.
Oh,
It's literally they have not touched their prices. They've maybe raised
Interesting.
it by like 30 cents. Inflation does not touch. That's why we love In-N-Out. It's because inflation does not touch In-N-Out. They have the same exact menu. It's like 4 items. You can pick like a one is like a double with fries and a drink. A 2 is like a single with a cheeseburger with fries and a drink. They have milkshakes.
Right.
I hate milkshakes, so I don't get them. But they have milkshakes. They got the best strawberry lemonade on the planet. Shout out my younger brother, who him and I
No,
would
they
always
don't.
get that strawberry lemonade. They
They
do.
don't. They don't.
It's so good.
I
Okay,
actually don't.
well,
I don't. Wendy's.
you've never had it.
I know, but I'm
Wendy's?
telling you right now, Wendy's has the best strawberry
Now you're
lemonade.
defending Wendy's? No. That's not what we're
Yes.
supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
No.
Wendy's nuts. I'm going to shout out the best East Coast chicken establishment, and I know it's not in California. It is called PDQ. They are my pride and joy. I'm going to tag them in this when we tweet this and post this. PDQ is getting a shout out. PDQ, not even a debate. Look, all right, you know what? For future debates, it has to be something we've both experienced, and that is something
Okay.
our listeners are going to agree with. Like, we could have even argued East Coast versus West Coast beaches, and I would have argued wholeheartedly that you have it. Don't get me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, if you have any ideas of what you want us to yell at each other about, please tell
Yeah.
us. Please let us
Please.
know. But that was a little teaser
we'll touch on more on that at the end, by the way, when we were going to announce a little feature we're doing. Anyway, that's
Alrighty,
halftime.
that's the,
I'm coming out of the locker room now. I'm ready to go.
Okay, now we're out of halftime. Now we're going to switch it up, talk about some baseball. So we wanted to do a little bit of a check-in, a quarter season check-in, talk about top 5 teams-ish. You know, they're very interchangeable. The teams that are not performing well at all and some fakers. So do you want to kick it off with who you think maybe the top 2 teams right now?
Don't make me. The top 2 teams are my least favorite teams in existence. It's literally the Phillies and the Yankees. Like, I want to blow my brains out. Like,
you can't do that. We have more episodes to record.
Like, the Dodgers have the best 1 through 4 ever, and they don't have 30 wins yet. I mean, look, that's neither here nor there. The Phillies are 31, and the Phillies have played like literally 8. I'm looking at it right now. 3 games against teams over 500. 3 of their 45 games. Like, what are we doing? And they played 3. Yeah, so they're one of my fakers, I think. I mean, the Phillies are very good, but like, come on now. The Yankees are. I need something bad, very bad, to happen to them. I need some.
Do you want me to make a phone call? I can make a phone call.
You have no connections.
You don't know that.
I with the Yankee. Yeah, actually, you know what? You might. Shout out
Juan Soto, man.
Yeah, I forgot you worked with the Padres.
I once worked for the Padres when
Yes.
Soto was there.
Juan Soto, if he's not on my team next year, I may not be here. Just forewarning.
Just
look, the top 2 teams are Philadelphia and New York, not my New York. It sucks. Those are top 2 by record, obviously. I'm still taking the Braves and the Dodgers over the Phillies, unfortunately. And literally, like, you have no idea the pain that it causes me to say that the Phillies, the Braves, and the Dodgers. It's been the same. It's been that same cycle for so long now.
Yeah, it's the same. No, trust. I, as a West Coast resident, I hate the Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers so much. So that's why. Okay, by the way, for the pod,
they're actually the ones I hate the least of those 3.
Well, that just makes sense because you're on the East Coast, so of course you're going to hate them the least. But as a self-proclaimed, since I work the Padres fan, which I will be talking about the Padres a decent amount. I mean, we took 2 out of the 3 games this past weekend, and then got blown out. Shut out by the Colorado Rockies on Wednesday. So
hey, that happens. The Rockies are, I think they're still on a 9-10 game win streak. I don't know if they lost.
I think.
I didn't. I don't even know if they played yesterday. As of last I checked, they won. The Rockies are on a 9-game win streak, and I can't even name the 3 players on the Rockies. And I follow baseball very, very closely. Like Charlie Blackmon and Chris Bryant, and maybe some guy from section 214, row 7.
Whoever just catches the T-shirt has to come and suit up.
Yeah, so they're running a lot of like the 50-50 raffles is actually for a shot to like go start for them.
You're hitting 3rd at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about the Rockies. What do you think about the Orioles and how they're rolling right now?
They're so good. They're so good. The Orioles are like the Orioles were so bad for so long, and obviously now they are the embarrassment of riches that you would hope they are after being bad for so long. Like, like I guess they were good. Like before now, the last time they were good was when I was in high school, and they paid Chris Davis, and and they had Adam Jones and all those bad boys. And now it's like, no, they literally they're I think their AAA team is probably better than the Mets regular team. And they got someone named Colton Cowser, like batting easily. His OPS is look. Orioles are. I think the Orioles might end up winning the AL pennant. Like if they get hot at the right time. They're just inexperienced, and they're missing a closer because Felix Batista is like gone. I think for the rest of the season still. And I know a lot of Mets fans have pissed me off by saying, "Oh, the Mets should sell, trade Edwin Diaz to Baltimore." Shut up. If I lose those trumpets, I lose everything. No. But the Orioles are sick good. I mean, Corbin Burns, pray to God he's a Met next year. They're I mean, they just sent back down Heston Kjerstad. I think that's how you pronounce his name. You don't even have to cut that out. I'm just gonna go and roll with that's his name.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah. I was a little shocked at Jackson Holiday coming up and being like a bum. But obviously he's not a bum. He just was shocked by the transition from AAA to MLB, and they sent him back down. No, they're so good. Home run. They have power, contact. They don't strike out. Pitching, everything. That AL East is a war. Just really quick, I want to touch on that. I think Ellie De La Cruz for the Cincinnati Reds has like 31 steals already.
Bro, so fast.
They've
so
literally played 44 games. I mean, that's almost a steal a game, and that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's actually insane.
I think he stole 4 bases last night.
He stole 4 bases last night. You're right.
Huh?
He had 4 last night against the Dodgers. So
yeah, good. I just wish it happened against Atlanta or you know how infuriating it is seeing. I actually said this last night, and we're gonna get into this now, really about the Mets in a second because I'm about to just start yelling for a split second. If Ellie De La Cruz was on an NL East team, and obviously that means other than the Mets, and he would play the Mets as a divisional team, so more than any other team, he'd steal 120 bags. The Mets can't throw me out. I'm not fast. I'm very slow. I'm very slow. I am not athletic. God gave me an arm. That's about it. And somewhat of a brain. Yes, I can throw. I can throw far, and I can throw somewhat fast. That's it. I can't run. I can't jump. Literally, Matt can't jump. I run like a 9-minute 40. And you're the runner. My co-host is a runner right here, by the way. Like
I do dabble in that a little bit.
Yeah. She hates herself.
About to go run up this actually.
That's the quarter season check-in. The Braves, the Phillies, the Dodgers are all the best teams in the league.
Alrighty, okay. So you said the Phillies are one of your fakers. Give me another faker.
Yes. The Royals are 7-11 against teams above 500.
Okay, Jamar Chase.
They're still relatively young. Bobby Witt's obviously really good, but I mean, the Royals are. Let me double check actually right now. The Royals are 26-19. They are. They have a plus 45 run differential. That's obviously not bad. It's about middle of the pack. They are. Let me tell you right now. Yeah, the Royals are currently the second wildcard team. And they are above Minnesota, who is another faker, I think, strictly because, unfortunately, like my guys on that team can't stay healthy. Although I miss Carlos Correa's time as a Met. But the Twins are 9-14 against teams above 500. The Twins only have a plus 14 run differential. 24-19. Their expected win and loss is 23-20. They are both above teams like Tampa Bay and Texas and Houston. And I mean, Houston's not doing great right now. I mean, Houston's 19-25. But Houston has a minus 10 run differential. And if the difference between the third wild card team and a team that is 4.5 games back of the last wild card spot is a total of 14 runs. Like there's something not clicking for me there. It reminds me like the Marlins last year were a negative run differential team and they made the playoffs. Like they weren't good. And I will die on that hill. They were not good. I'm very big on run differential. So, and like those are the two big AL fakers for me. And obviously the Phillies have a plus 71 run differential, but like I said, they've played 3 games above 500, 500 or better teams. The Mets eked out a win against them last night.
Okay, well then speaking of the Mets, Matt is seeing them tonight. We kind of want to introduce one of my probably gonna be my favorite topics. This is where we check in on Matt's mental health. We're calling it Matt's Minute, where he gets a minute to just rant about whatever topic he feels like. Okay, Matt, I'm setting a timer. Your minute starts.
Tell me when to go.
Okay, your minute starts now.
I'm gonna try my best not to be Frank Fleming right now, and I'm running out of time already. David Stearns.
10 seconds in, you haven't said a single thing.
Because there's a million thoughts running in my head. Everything wants to come out at once. David Stearns, please save me, David Stearns, please. I can't do this anymore. I can't watch this team blow it. I can't. Like, this is the one thing I have over the summer. This is like when basketball ends, it's it. If this Mets team is like fighting like a game or two under 500 for the entire summer, no, they have a really easy June. They really have to lock in. I'm seeing them tonight. If they drop any games against Miami, if they drop anything against the Marlins, I'm going to go berserk. But I'll get.
Shut up! You're done. Shut up! You're done. That was a minute. That was it. Oh my god.
I talked about absolutely nothing, and I feel
you wasted 15 seconds. You had 15 seconds of nothing.
I don't have a coherent
We'll get
thought
better.
when I get angry.
We'll get better. We'll get better.
I don't know
at
if
this.
we'll get better. Yeah, you can't prescribe me medicine, so.
No, we can't do that. Alrighty, that's enough yapping for today. We just wanted to announce that we are going to open up a mailbag, as in our DMs on Twitter, if you want to suggest more episode ideas. We've already got a couple from some of our subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you for that. And those are going to be cooking up for next week. We will get also a more consistent release schedule. Right now, it's Saturdays. Probably going to change that as we get this thing going. But again, just want to say thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, please smash that subscribe button, please. We are broke.
Do this.
We're broke, and
I've never done this before. Yeah, hit the button below. I think it's gonna be below, right?
Yeah,
hit the follow button. Hit the follow button or subscribe on Spotify.
Link to Spotify is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and with that, Matt, do you have anything else to tell the viewers?
No, I just want to hit home about that mailbag. That was my idea. I'm not like saying that to brag. I'm just saying I really want people to give their input because it will tailor our rambling.
Yes.
Like today, we've been. You can't see, viewers or listeners can't see this, but we've recorded for. I mean, this is a full episode.
Hour and 2 minutes.
Yes, this is double already the amount of time that our first episode was, and we literally did 3 segments to 1 of last time. So we had a lot of empty-headed thoughts today. So please rein us in, tell us what you want to hear, and give me something to take notes on so I don't have to just like start making stuff up. So if people start, saying like, do this, top 5 that, bottom 5 this, I'll start taking notes on what they want just because it's obviously important. Not that I didn't take notes for this stuff, but it's like, it's more, here I go rambling again. Just rein me in, home me in. You know what? Bring me home. Take us out, Megan. We're good.
I agree. Alrighty. Thank y'all for tuning in to Coast to Coast, and we will catch y'all next week. Please don't listen to Oliva Rodrigo today. Okay, bye guys.